Hello and welcome to this video. I'm trying something different. So with everything as it is, and obviously theatres are now shut, I can't go and see shows anymore. But some lovely people, some lovely theatre companies or musicals themselves or whoever are being really nice and putting full theatre shows online. So I think I'm going to watch some of these and then review them for you. So today we are going to watch Eugenius. Now I did see this show, I think on its first run at the other Palace, and loved it. I love the songs, I've got a lot of it on my iPod and really do think it should have had more of a life on the West End and stuff. They have released the full musical on Facebook, so I'm going to watch that tonight as Peter's otherwise occupied doing something else, and I'll give you a little review afterwards. I'll put a link to it in the description box below, but I don't think it's going to be there all the time. I think they are going to take it down at some point, but I don't know how long it's going to be up for, so apologies if it's no longer there when I post this video or whatever. So it's here, it's all ready to go on Facebook. I am actually going to link it up to the TV just with the HDMI cable, just because then it's a better view. And I'll come back to you with a little review once I've watched it, and we'll see what happens with these videos. So I'll see you after the show. So I've literally just finished watching Eugenius on the Facebook. Ooh, what are you doing, Jeff? Thing that they did for free with donations to a charity which I can't remember off the top of my head, which is really bad. And I really enjoyed it. Again, I mean, as I said before, I have seen the show. I went to see it first run at the other Palace, I believe. I could be completely wrong. And this was recorded in their Christmas run. I believe it was in 2018. Could be 17. I might have been, as I said, I might be completely wrong on this, so apologies if my dates are incorrect. But what I love about that show is it just leaves me feeling really happy, really happy. And I just so enjoy the utter campness and absurdity of it all, and the clever way they get all the little 80s references and the comic book and film reference in it. It's just really clever. And as a piece of, I mean, it's not quite new theatre anymore, but as a piece of new theatre, it's original. The story is easy to follow. The songs are way better than I remembered. As I said, I've got a couple that I've on my iTunes, but even the ones I don't have and don't remember very well or didn't remember at all were really good. Now I really want to get the whole soundtrack. The second half does go a bit absurd. It does. I mean, there's a ton of fish people, but I really enjoyed that. It makes me laugh. It makes me smile. And it's just good. It's just a good piece of entertainment. There was talk after this run that it was going to go on to the West End, and I would love it to have more of a life. It's a show that should be recognised more. But then I worry that if it goes to the West End and it goes into a bigger theatre, whether it would lose some of that, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but it would lose some of that. So obviously I've watched that on TV. They've recorded it from the theatre, which in some respects you lose it a little bit, but not really. So some of the camera angles means that you can't see the facial expressions, whereas and some times the sound is a little bit because obviously I'm listening to a recording of a live song and sometimes that is a bit iffy, but there's only patches and it didn't take it away anything from it. And actually, because when I saw it, I was sat pretty... I mean, not that the other palace is big, but I was sat further up. So there were moments that I missed because I was further up. Or they've added them in since I saw the show. So that was really interesting to see. And also because I've seen the show, I know the story, I could remember the story largely, which meant I could pick up on other little details. So instead of watching the main characters, I could look at someone in the background and see what that's happening there. And that was really cool, because obviously when you're going to see a show for the first time, some of the little extras that are happening outside of the action you miss because you're too busy trying to follow the story. So that was a good thing. And I've spoken about the little 80s references and all of that, but they also referenced a lot of different musicals and took the mickey out of musicals slightly. So Lex Hogan, I think is his name, he has a whole song introducing him that's based on essentially Billy Flynn's from Chicago, and it's just brilliant. There's moments like that throughout it all which I really enjoyed, and a lot of it made me laugh as a avid musical viewer. So yeah, so now I thought I'd talk about the cast. So we had Rob Houchen as Eugene, who wasn't Eugene when I saw it, and I preferred his performance of it. For one, he has an incredible voice. It's so smooth. It's just really nice to hear him sing. I'd like to see him in something else now that I've actually heard him and his voice. I think it's very pure. And his chemistry with Laura Baldwin, who plays Janie, is much better than when I saw it. Not that I can't remember the actor's name, but not that their chemistry was bad, because I really liked the show when I saw it. But I don't know. I have a feeling that Laura, Dan Buckley, who plays Ferris, is part of the trio, and Rob Houchen, I have a feeling they're better friends outside the show, and that shows in the performance that they give. So yeah, his portrayal of Eugene I preferred. Laura Baldwin and Dan Buckley were both in it when I saw it the first time, and once again, incredible performances from them. Dan Buckley in particular is very funny and very talented with the way that he can do various different accents and stuff. I do actually follow his YouTube channel with Scott Page, who was also in this show, and that might mean that I'm slightly biased towards his performance because I enjoy his YouTube channel and they make me laugh a lot there. Don't know, maybe, but he does give a very good performance, and I'm sure if I saw it without him in it, it would be fine, but I can't imagine anyone else playing that Ferris role, and there's going to come a point where he's going to be too old to do it, so I don't know about that. I wasn't convinced by the person playing Lord Hector to begin with, but as it got on, I warmed to him a lot and actually really, really enjoyed his performance in this. He played Lord Hector very much as a spoilt child, and that actually works very well. The Lord Hector I had when I saw it in the theatre was an older gentleman, and you got the impression, because I saw it towards the end of the run, that he was getting fed up of the piece. Whereas, I don't know, this guy, whose name I think is Neil, or yeah, something like that. They did have credits, so I should have taken a screenshot or something so I could have remembered the names. But his performance, in the end, I much preferred. And because of the YouTube channel, I have to mention Scott Page. He plays Theo Schlong, which I always remember as being a small character, which it is, but he's on stage quite a lot, which I'd forgotten entirely. And Scott Page, at least the way they'd filmed this, maybe it's just because of that, did take my attention quite a lot because of the way he reacts to what else is going on stage. It amuses me a lot, and he's one of the main people when I say that you see things in the background, and it wasn't because I was looking for him that stood out with those kind of reactions. And I mean, he is quite a tall gentleman, so he's quite a tall man, so that might also help because he stands out in all the people. That is my opinion on Eugenius. I think it's a brilliant idea that they've put some of these shows online for us theatre lovers and theatre goers to watch in our time of solitude while we're not allowed to go to actual theatre. So I might be doing a few more of these, watch them on TV and then give you an opinion of them. I believe there's one, A Wind in the Willows, so I might do that one too at some point. But if not, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you have. As I say, I will leave the link to the Facebook page for Eugenius below so that you can watch it. But as I said at the beginning, I do believe that they're going to take it off at some point. So if it's not available, apologies. And I'm going to go. So if you haven't already, please subscribe and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!